Let's talk about taking a cruise. How about, say, a 100-foot sailing vessel on the warm, brilliantly turquoise waters of the Caribbean? Now, most of us would call that a vacation, right? But if you're a very lucky group of students from Maryland, you call it Advanced Geography Hands-On Edition.
Geography for me was just thinking about maps and actual physical locations of things. But geography is also the culture of the people, how they got there, why they do what they do.
This past January, Joseph Tercino gathered up 24 University of Maryland students and set sail. The short-term study abroad class, Geography of the Southern Caribbean. And for 2 weeks, students experienced firsthand all of the cultural and physical geography of 8 exquisite islands.
You wake up in your new country, it could be completely different from the day before, completely different language, completely different currency. You feel like you're at a different side of the world.
Doing coursework prior to leaving allowed students to get to know the region and the culture.
We spent a lot of time learning the history and the geography of the islands before we actually left.
We wouldn't have sat down and read the books and learned about kind of what the islands had to offer and their histories beforehand, I feel like we really would have missed out on a lot of the culture.
Having a chance to interact with the natives and the environment enabled students to really understand the physical and cultural geography of the island nations.
When you go to these islands, you think they're beautiful and they're in the Caribbean, but you realize that their geography really has a lot to do with why their societies work the way they do.
Many of these countries didn't get independence until the 70s or 80s, and so they're very new. And being able to see how the people live with the traditions that their mother country passed down onto them versus the new ones that they've created. It really does deepen your understanding of both what geography means there, but also what it means here.
In addition to learning about the diverse cultures of the islands, students got the unique opportunity to explore life at sea and the operations of a complex sailing vessel.
They actually get presentations from the captain every single morning. One presentation might be about the rigging, one might be about navigation. They'll actually get time steering the ship, they'll get time in the engine room making sure everything's going okay. They'll actually get time to climb the mast.
We weren't flying in on airplanes, we were on a boat and you could see the islands from afar. You felt like you were exploring the islands like they did when they were first discovered.
Students also had the opportunity to learn from each other.
It was really nice to be with other University of Maryland students because we all come from the same place, but we were all different people, and a lot of us were different majors. So we were all kind of looking at the trip in different perspectives and different ways.
And being able to see how they related what we learned and what we saw to their own lives versus how I did, in itself was an educational experience.
And this experience is something these students will remember for a lifetime.
Going on this trip really helped me grow as a person because I'd never traveled before. Interacting with people who have a completely different mindset about what the world is and how you should treat the world around you. Being able to come home and take that with me has really sort of changed the way that I look at where I am here.